Hello, beautiful people. Thank you once again for listening. My name is Jack Hayes, and today is kind of my message to the class of 2023. I thought this was important because, as many of you may have known or maybe have no idea, I graduated college last year. So I came down and went to Nova Southeastern over the last 3 years. I've now lived in South Florida for the fourth year in my, a full 4 years. And I just thought it was unique because having that year off, I got 12 months to really having that year off and not going straight into a job like, like many, many of the people listening to this will do. And that's, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. I chose to pursue my passion for, the first 12 months and really get a hang of, what's it like just having that freedom, adjusting to full grown adulthood without, the quote unquote crutch of college. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean it as, okay, if you feel a little lost, it's always like, okay, but I'm in college and I'm pursuing this degree, and this degree, I'm told will leverage me in other situations. Now, another thing I observed is kind of through this whole process is no decision is the wrong decision if you truly believe it's moving you towards your ultimate goal. Now, a lot of people will misinterpret that because they haven't taken the time to, you know, at least get an idea of what they really want. I think college is great and that it exposes you to a few different things, a lot of diverse groups of people. I think your degree sometimes makes you feel like you're under an umbrella, that you have to think a certain way, that you have to do certain things, and that you have to pursue certain tracks. And I'm here to tell you that's just not the case. That is a great area of interest that you have in and have now built a great network in. What you specifically do in that should be 100% up to you. So my kind of piece, what I would do is, I would, as you're graduating, as you're deciding what you really want to do, once you have a good idea of something that you're good at, that you enjoy doing, and that provides value to the world, you really will have that ultimate piece. Now you've identified that thing, you need to go apply that thing. It only happens through practice. So if you come out of college and you know exactly what you want, kind of an idea of, the skill set you want to develop, and you know exactly what you're good at, that you enjoy doing, you shouldn't go take a job that just, you got because of your degree and they were one of the first people to say yes. And now, they're offering you 60K a year to go do that. You'll end up coming right back to your passion. You'll end up having that nagging urgency to go pursue this thing. And, all you're doing is delaying your ultimate goal because the action you took no longer aligns with the vision. It brings you comfort. So your brain is going to tell you that's okay. What I would do instead is I'd find the companies that parallel with your ultimate goal, with your ultimate mission, with your ultimate personalities. Take these interviews seriously. Ask these companies why they exist, why the person in that is in that position that they're interviewing you for, and pick their brain. Tell them closed mouths do not get fed. And like that is it seems so cliche, but it's so accurate. If you go into these situations fresh out of college, as I did, and, I'm very honest about that. Each job I went into, the reason they didn't work out, I applied to be everything from door to door cable sales to a decade on a yacht, is because I was upfront with my vision. I said, here's exactly what I want. I'm building a personal brand. I'd like to do XYZ things in these certain areas of marketing or sales that I think develop my skill set. Is there a position for me that, will kind of align with this? And, they'll try to pitch you on it. They'll be like, oh yeah, this, get the specific action. Okay. What does the day-to-day look like? Is it 90 days before I could see some sort of advancement if I take this seriously? Or do you guys have like a 2-year period? The best way to really navigate this is find, like I said, find companies that parallel with your ultimate goal, but, make a list of the top 25 firms, the top 25 digital marketing agencies, the top 25 influencers that you'd love to work for, and look for opportunities that get your foot in the door to build a skill set. Personally, I highly recommend for those that are listening to this, they're probably in the business space, you have a business degree, graduating with an MBA, start in sales. When you learn to sell, and I think this message is starting to get out there more and more, thanks to guys like Luke Alexander, thanks to guys, like Aaron Serrata, thanks to just all these innovators that are in the space, building these sales training programs online. You when you know how to sell, you're good. You can then sell just about anything when you learn the proper way to sell. And I'm passionate about this topic, especially regarding to those coming out of college, just because I was there. I started a business, I started an SMMA, I was running it, and I saw some success. There was stuff that I wanted to build off of. Obviously, that's why it was something I believed in enough to take the next 12 months and really take seriously. But I realized I had never truly learned proper sales skills. And once I got exposed to this world of, guys that they even dropped out of college and pursued sales, they were, doing 10, 20, 30K a month because they're getting a commission for these high level deals. I was like, okay, I want to take this seriously. And I dedicated the next now, 12, 15 months to just learning that skill set. I knew I enjoyed to sell based on my previous experience. Now, like I said, not everyone's going to be in business, and I completely understand that. But I will say, you know, your skill set may not be sales. Your skill set may be, client satisfaction. Your skill set may just be being a good, genuine person that knows how to hold a conversation. There are positions for that. You may have aspirations, to be a top level executive at a firm. You're going to have to, learn the things that those people under them had to learn in order to get there. So find out what those things are and see if they align with your vision, then jump on those opportunities. Don't be afraid to start as an intern. I think that's a misconception. Everyone, when you graduate, you're 22, 23, whatever age it is. There's like this, you got to have it all figured out. There's a very good likelihood you have 100 years left on this planet. And I think while it maybe some people listen to this think it's risky to go tell a business, here's exactly what I'm good at, exactly what I want. Can you guys, work with that? You've got nothing to lose. You've got 8 to 10 years plus of more no's that are going to come your way anyway. So it's like, really take that to heart, because if it works out in the next 2 to 3 years, you've got another 97 years to really enjoy and do exactly what you love each and every day. And that'll only bring out the best in you. All of these, like, we tend to separate the schooling from the self, and, the system from the self. And you can't forget who you are. Yes, these systems are great resources in some capacities, to help expedite that process. But ultimately, it's going to come down to you. It's going to come down to, are you actually doing things that you enjoy? Are you doing things that you're good at? And is the environment around you suitable to bring out the best in you of those things? Your intention is everything. And, successful people want to help you. Go reach out to just, I hate to say it, I hate to say it, but like, I say this a lot. It's like thinking big is so important, because again, kind of coming back to that closed mouths don't get fed thing. The worst they can say is no. And if you believe in what you're doing and you have, proof behind your skill set, then again, the worst thing they can say is no. You are the best version of that thing to billions of other people. Just because this person at the top of the chain, they were in your shoes. So even asking them, is there any way I can provide value to you? It'll go a long way. Um, and yeah, I want to make this quick little 10-minute thing. And I wish nothing but the best to the class of 2023. I'm very grateful for the last 4 years I've had down here in South Florida. I built some beautiful, amazing relationships that I truly hope not to lose. And I pray every day that, God and those out there that are looking over me are also looking over the people around me. And yeah, college made that very important to me, that I didn't want to lose certain relationships, and that relationships can really take you far. So at the end of the day, focus on what you're good at, focus on something that brings value to the world, and 100% make sure it's something that you enjoy doing, or at least on the way to something that you enjoy doing.